Good morning, children. Sairam. How are you all? I hope you all are fine, healthy, and staying safe at your places. So, children, in our previous video, we have already started our new chapter from your science book, right? And we have started chapter 6, birds and their bodies. Birds and their bodies. So, children, in our previous video, what we have discussed? We have discussed how do birds fly, right? How do birds fly? Then we discussed about feathers and kinds of feathers. Okay, feathers and kinds of feathers. So, children, how do birds fly? How? Right. Birds fly because they have wings. Because they have what, children? Wings. Okay, it is covered with feather. It is covered with feather, right? That is the first reason. They have what? Wings. Second reason is what, children? The shape of the bird. The shape of the bird is how, children? It is from front and back, it is narrow. From front and back, shape is narrow, and while the middle posture is broad. Middle posture is broad, just like aeroplane, right? Then third is, children, because birds are light weighted. That means the weight of the bird is very light. Okay, why? Because their bones are very thin, right? Their bones are very thin and hollow. Hollow means empty. It is empty from inside. Okay, so first they have wings, which is covered with feather. Their whole skin is covered with feather. Second, their body shape, because of their body shape. Then third one is what, children? That third one is they are having light body weight, and they are, why? Because they have thin bones. Okay, thin bones, and their bone is hollow. So these, because of these reasons, birds are what? Able to fly. Okay, so children, do I have we have discussed about the posture of a bird while flying. So while flying, first birds, what they do? First they jump in the air, right? First they jump in the air, then they flap their wings, right? They flap their wings and then they fly. And to take a turn, what do they do, children? To take a turn, what do? They uses its tail to turn, and to stop themselves they spread out their wings. Okay, so children, we have discussed about three kinds of feathers, right? Flight feathers, down feathers, and body feathers, right? All birds are having these type of feathers: flight feathers, down feathers, and body feathers. What is the work of flight feathers, children? Flight feathers help birds to fly. Flight feathers help birds to fly, while down feather is very soft and fluffy, so it helps them to keep warm. Okay, it keeps them warm. And body feather, what is the work of body feather, children? That it covers the body of birds, right? It covers the body of a birds. Okay, it is also known as a contour feather. Okay, so these are the kinds of feathers which we have discussed in our previous video. So children, now in today's video, the topics which we will going to discuss is beaks, kinds of beaks, feet and claws of birds. Okay, beaks, kinds of beaks, and feet and claws of birds. So we will start with beak. So children, you have seen bird, right? Right, you have seen bird, and in day to day life we see birds. So human beings have and other animals have what, children? they have mouth. They have mouth, right? And they have teeth to chew their food or to eat their food. But do you know that birds are also having teeth? Do you know that? No. Right. So children, birds are not having teeth. So instead of mouth, they have beak. Instead of mouth, they have beak. Okay. A beak is the hard pointed structure sticking out or protruding out from the face. Okay, protruding out means coming out. So beak is the hard pointed structure sticking out or protruding out from the face and is used for eating, grooming and pecking. Okay, pecking means to, you have seen woodpecker, it pegs the wood, right? So that is pecking. So birds have instead of mouth, they have beaks. They have beaks and they use these beaks for eating, grooming themselves and pecking. Okay. Now birds have no teeth. As I have told you, birds have no teeth. Then how do they eat food? Because human beings and other animals are having teeth, and because the help of the teeth we are able to eat our food, we are able to chew our food. But birds are having no teeth, then how do they eat? Right? So they cannot bite or chew. Okay, birds have no teeth, so they cannot bite or chew their food. Okay, so their beaks help them to eat. Okay, beaks works like a mouth also and teeth also. So their beaks help them to eat, and the beak is the bird's mouth. Bird's mouth. So, and they, with the help of beak, they also build their nest. Build their nest. Okay. So children, in our from your science book, we have in your first chapter, that is eating habits of animals, I have told you that every animals have different eating habits, right? So they use different teeth for that. In the same way children, birds are also having different eating habit. Okay, every birds doesn't eat the same kind of food, so they are also having different eating habits. So that means every birds are having different kind of beak, different kinds of beaks. Okay, so now we will discuss about the different kinds of beaks. So different birds have different kind of beaks. So the beaks are suited to the kind of food the birds eat. Okay, so the kinds of beaks which we will going to discuss is long thin beak, long thin beak, strong curved beak, short pointed beak, long pointed beak, sharp pointed beak, broad flat beak, strong sharp hooked beaks. Okay, so different birds have different kinds of beaks, and the beaks are suited to the kind of food the birds eat. Okay, so now we will start with long thin beak. So children, hummingbird, you know hummingbird. Hummingbird is the smallest bird which can fly backward. I have told you in previous video, right? So the hummingbird has long thin beak. Okay, hummingbird has long thin beak for drinking nectar. What do they drink? Nectar. Where do we get nectar? From where do you get nectar? From flowers. Okay, like honeybees, hummingbird also has long thin beak for drinking nectar. For drinking nectar. So their beaks look like a straw. So their beaks look like a straw. Okay, so hummingbird has long thin beak for drinking nectar, and their beaks look like a straw. Here you can see in the picture, their beaks look like a straw. Okay, so they drink what children? Nectar. Nectar. Okay, then next is parrot. Parrot has strong curved beak. Curved beak. Parrot has strong curved a, a beak which help them to easily crack or open nuts and seeds. Parrot has strong curved beak which help them to easily cracks or open nuts and seeds. So with the help of their beak, they are able to crack the nuts and seeds and they can easily open it. Okay, so parrot has strong curved beak. Here you can see it is curved, right? So parrots have strong curved beak and they are able to crack and open nuts and seeds. Now next, sparrow, pigeons and peacock. Sparrow, pigeons and peacock have short pointed beak, which helps them to pick up and crushes seeds. Okay, sparrow, pigeons and peacock have short pointed beak which helps them to pick up and crushes seeds. Okay, they also eat what? Seeds. See, this is what? Small pointed beak, right? Sparrow, peacock and pigeon are having what, children? They are having short pointed beak. So they easily pick up seeds and can crush them and eat them. Okay. Now heron. Heron has long pointed beaks. Heron has long pointed beaks which help them to catches fish, catches fish and lifts it out of the water. So they can easily lift out the fish from the water. Okay, and they can easily catch the fish. So they have long pointed beak. Heron have long pointed beak and they can easily catch the fish and pick it out from the water or pick it out of the water. Okay, now woodpecker. Woodpecker has a sharp pointed beak because they peck the wood, branches of wood. So a woodpecker has a sharp pointed beak which helps them to tap the bark of a tree. Okay, they tap the bark of a tree and make a hole. So woodpecker has a sharp pointed beak which helps them to tap the bark of a tree and it makes a hole in the bark and pulls out insects to eat. So from the bark, why they dig the bark, why they tap the bark, so that they get food from inside the branch. So they tap it, they make a hole and then they pull out insects from there and eat. Okay, see, woodpecker, they tap the branch, they peck the branch. Okay, next, duck. A duck has a broad flat beak. Duck has a broad flat beak. It scoops up means, children, like we take out thing from a spoon. In the same way duck also do. So it scoops up muddy water with it. Okay, a duck has a broad flat beak and it scoops up muddy water with it. Okay, from his beak. The mud and water flow out through the holes on the sides. That means duck on the duck beak there is a hole in the both side. So the mud and water flow out through the holes on the sides and then the duck then eats the small plants and insects left behind in the beak. So with the help of those beak, so he could not find insects or plants. So what he do, he scoops up all the muddy water the way we scoop ice cream, right? Or we pick out anything from spoon. In the same way he scoops up the muddy water in his beak and with the help of that two holes all the water and mud come outside and the remaining plants and insects left behind in the beak he eat that. Okay, they eat them. So you can see it has what? Broad flat beak. Broad flat beak. Okay, and here you can see hole also. So in both the side of the beak they have hole. Okay, now eagles, vultures, and owls have strong, sharp, hooked beaks. Okay, eagles, vultures, and owls have strong, sharp, hooked beaks which helps them to eat the flesh of animals. Okay, eagle, vulture, and owl eat the flesh of the animals. They eat flesh of the animals, so they have strong, sharp, and hooked beaks. Strong, sharp, and hooked beaks. Okay, with the help of these beaks, they are able to eat the flesh of animals, and also for tearing the flesh. Okay, tearing the flesh. So they are having strong, sharp, hooked beaks. Here you can see how hooked it is, how sharp it is, right? Okay, now we will discuss about feet and claws of the birds. Okay, feet and claws of the birds. So instead of mouth, they have what, children? They have beaks. So instead of hands and legs, they have what, children? Feet and claws. Instead of legs, they have feet and claws, and instead of hands, they have wings. Okay, so birds also have legs and feel like humans. Okay, but their legs are not like a human leg, but they have feet and claws. Okay, so claws are present at the tips of their toes. Claws are present at the tips of their toes. Okay, they use their feet and claws to move, catch food, and protect themselves. So with the help of the feet and claws they move. Okay, they catch food and protect themselves from enemies. Okay, so birds also have legs like human, but it is claws, and claws are present at the tips of their toes, and they use their feet and claws to move, catch food, and protect themselves from the enemies. Okay, now we will discuss about, okay, different birds who are having these different kinds of claws and feet. So the first is perching birds. Now first you should know what is perching. What is the meaning of perching? Perching means, to children, sit on. To sit on. You have seen birds sitting on the branch, right? So perching means to sit on. So perching birds. What is perching birds? Perching birds are what, children? They use them to sit on branches. They use their feet and claws to sit on branches. Some birds also use claws in other ways. Okay, the feet and claws of birds are suited to their uses. As I have told you, in the same way, the mouth, the food they eat, their beaks are suited to that way. Here the feet and claws of birds are suited to their uses. So crows, sparrows, and blue jays perch on trees. That means they sit on trees. Crows, sparrows, and blue jays perch on trees. That means they sit on trees. So they have three toes in front, and one at the back. 3 toes in the front and one at the back. So they use the front toes like your fingers. Okay, they use front toes like your fingers and back toes like your thumb. So like they perch on the branch. That means they put their claws like this and then they sit on the branch. Okay, so the way we use our fingers, they use their what, children? They use their toes. Okay, they use their toes in the front and one at the back. They use our thumbs like their toes. Okay, so they use front toes like our fingers and back toes like our thumb. Their toes wrap around a branch to grip it firmly. As I have told you, they just grab it firmly so that they could grab it firmly. That means if they are perching on a branch or sitting on a branch, they are very stable there. Okay, they are very stable there. Even they sleep there, but they do not fall. So the grip of their claws and feet are very strong, very stable. Okay, so they use their toes to wrap around a branch to grip it firmly. So they even sleep like that only, and they never fall. Okay, so crows, sparrow and blue jays perch on trees. So they are perching birds. Okay, they are perching birds. And then comes, see, this is the picture of sparrow. You can see the feet of sparrow here, right? They are having this toes in the front and one is in the back. Here you can see one is in the back. Okay, so they firmly make a grip and can stably perch on branch or sit anywhere. Now scratching birds. They were sparrow, blue jays were what children? They were perching birds. Now we will discuss about scratching birds. Roosters, hens scratch the ground to find insects. Okay, hen is female, rooster is male. So rooster and hens scratch the ground to find insects and seeds to eat. So what do they do with their feet and claws? They scratch the ground, okay, so that they can find insect and seeds to eat. They have 3 toes in front and 1 short toe at the back. Their sharp hard claws help them to scratch the ground. Okay, their sharp hard claws help them to scratch the ground. See, 3 toe in the front and 1 in the back. Okay, so the hen and rooster are what? So hen and rooster are what children? They are scratching birds. Okay, now next, wading birds. So what is wading? What is wade? Wading means to walk through water. Okay, so cranes and herons are wading birds. That means they can easily walk through water. Okay, as they walk through mud and water, they possess long legs. These type of birds are having long legs, okay, with spread out toes that help them to wade through muddy water. Where they help, those spreaded feet help them to walk through muddy water. Okay, they do not sink in water because of their spread out toes. Cranes and herons are wading birds because they walk through mud and water, and they have long legs with spread out toes which help them to wade through the muddy water, and they do not sink in the water because of their spread out toes. Can you see how spreaded their toes are? Okay, so they are what children? They are wading birds. Now comes climbing birds. So woodpeckers and parrots have 2 toes pointed towards the front and 2 toes pointed towards the back. Woodpeckers and parrots have 2 toes pointed towards the front and 2 toes pointed towards the back. So this helps them to climb trees and hold fruits. Okay, this helps them to climb trees and hold fruits. Okay, so parrot and woodpecker are what children? They are climbing birds. Okay, so they have 2 toes in front and 2 sharp toes in the back. So they easily climb and hold the fruit. Okay, hold the fruit. Now comes swimming birds. So birds such as ducks and geese have webbed feet. That means joined feet. You can say webbed feet. Okay, you know how web is. So they have webbed feet. So the toes are joined together by, not like joined together means not joined like this, but joined by skin. Okay, joined by skin. So this helps them to swim in the water. So birds such as ducks and geese have webbed feet. The toes are joined together by skin, and this helps them to swim. So ducks and geese are what children? They are swimming birds. Ducks and geese are what children? They are swimming birds. Can you see their their feet are what? Uh, 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 their feet are webbed. Okay, their feet are what, children? Webbed, joined by skin. Okay, so they can easily swim in the water. They can easily swim in the water. So ducks and geese are swimming birds. Ducks and geese are swimming birds. Okay, now last comes flesh eating birds. Flesh eating birds. So eagles, hawks have sharp curved claws. Okay, eagles and hawks have sharp curved claws. Sharp curved claws, I have shown you their beak also, because they are what, flesh eating animals, so they have sharp curved beak also, pointed beak also. So in feet also they are having sharp curved claws, okay, which is known as talons. So eagles and hawks have sharp curved claws, which is known as talons, 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 and they use their talons to grip and carry small animals. So with the help of those talons, okay, which is very sharp and curved, so they easily carry their animals, not big one but small one, they can easily carry using their talons. Here you can see in the picture. Okay, so they can easily grab these small animals, okay, with the help of their talons, okay. So children, we have discussed about long thin beak, right? Long thin beak. Hummingbirds are having long thin beak, okay, which look like straw because they drink nectar from the flower. Parrot has strong curved beak, which help them to easily cracks and open nuts and seeds. Then sparrow, pigeon and peacock have short pointed beak, which help them to pick up and crushes seeds. Heron has long pointed beaks, which help them to catches fish and lifts it out of the water. Woodpecker has sharp pointed beak, which helps them to tap the bark of a tree, make a hole and pulls out insects to eat. Duck has a broad flat beak. It scoops up muddy water with it, and mud and water flow out through the holes on the sides of their beak, and then the rest which is remaining there, that insects and plants, small plants, they eat. Okay, so they have broad flat beaks. Then eagles, vulture and owls have strong sharp hooked beaks, which helps them to eat the flesh of animals and also for tearing flesh. Okay, now perching birds are those birds which sit on the branch. Okay, so crows, sparrows and blue jays are perching birds because they perch on trees. Okay, they perch on trees. They use their front toes like our finger and back toes like our thumbs, and they wrap around a branch to grip it firmly, and they can even sleep there because they have that good grip. Okay, and they are very stable. Then scratching birds are the birds. Rooster and hens are scratching birds because they scratch the ground using their claws, and from scratching the ground they find out insects and seeds to eat. Okay, then wading birds are who can walk through the muddy water. So cranes and herons are wading birds because they can walk through mud and water. They have long legs with spread out toes. Okay, so with the help of those spread out toes, claws, they are able to wade or walk through the muddy water. They do not sink in water because of their spread out toes. Okay, then climbing birds are woodpeckers and parrots are climbing birds because of their they have two pointed toes towards the front and two pointed toes towards the back. With the help of these toes, they are able to climb the tree and hold the fruits. Then ducks and geese are swimming birds because they have webbed feet. That means their feet are joined by skin. So because of that, they are able to swim in the water. Okay, then flesh eating birds, eagles and hawks have sharp curved claws. which is known as talons, and with the help of these talons they make a good grip and they can easily carry small animals. Okay, small animals. So children, now here this chapter birds and their bodies are finished. I hope it is clear to you all now. So children, written work of this chapter I'll be sharing in a PDF form. Okay children, so you go through the videos again, and as I have told you, written work I will share in the form of PDF. Okay children, Sai Ram.